Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ay, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ay, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're live for another Ordinal hour. It's going to be actually amazing. This is our third day in a row. We hope you guys are enjoying it. Thank you guys so much for being in here. If you're on Twitter, please put some stuff in the comments so we can kind of see if that's working today. We apologize for yesterday. We weren't able to see any of the Twitter comments. After the show, I went and saw there's a bunch of Twitter comments on the Twitter, but they were not showing up over here on StreamYard, which is the site that we're using. But guys, yeah, we're gonna get right into it. We're the Merlin boys. I guess we are today, as we always are, because there's so much Merlin stuff going on. And we want to cover other things, but there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. Everyone's just waiting for runes, but Merlin's over here just shipping, man. Just shipping things. You got Merlin swap. You got, everything that's going on with their IDO today. We're going to get into all that stuff. We're going to start with the king. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? What's up? I'm excited to be back. I feel like I've been gone for like a year.
I missed you yesterday, man. I missed you. I love Chris. Chris did a great job, but having that combination that we just throw at each other is just awesome. And you actually let me get a word in edgewise. No, I'm joking. I love Chris. Chris is a great guy, but
yeah. I was actually, able to catch a little bit on my phone while I was at the hospital and stuff. And so, you guys, crushed it. Chris definitely has great insight. He has the experience and all that great stuff. And his TA is top notch. Yeah,
it really is. Hell yeah.
So,
but we are getting X comments today, so that is good. So he's a little X right there. So he is on X. So thank you so much for putting it in there. So now I can see that we do have some Twitter guys. So if you're on Twitter, guys, put your comments in there today. At the end of the show, we're gonna do Q&A. We're gonna answer all your questions. So we don't get it while you send it. We will definitely go back and make sure your questions are answered.
That guy is definitely ready for runes. Look at his username, the one previous. The one that you just had up there, like it's all in like runes. No, the ones that on Twitter, but it's all good. It's like all in runes.
That's
right
runes?
there.
Oh, that's really cool.
Looks like it. I don't know though.
Yeah,
but yep. We had a new member I saw though.
Man. Shout out Terry Prince. What's up, Terry?
Are we doing the roll call early, or are we gonna save that?
No. I was saying hello. We did have a new member today. Need to shout that out. If you're not a member, you think about joining member videos. So if you don't know what that is, it's if you're on the YouTube, because you need to be a member through the YouTube, you can just go on there and you'll see exclusive videos. They'll just pop up. You don't need to do anything. But if you're not a member, you just don't see them. But if you are a member, you do see the videos. Yesterday, we put out a 25-minute video. We had so much information there, jam-packed. Check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, man, let's get the show on the road. We're going to start with first.
Just wanted to welcome Diago as a member of the community. Welcome. We'd love to welcome all our new members. And you are in the family now, so thank you for joining. All right, let's start it off with some BTC price action.
The king.
There's been a lot of I would say like not a lot, but some complaints, some groans on the Twitter timeline. There's been some strategic, I feel like, bear energy that has been coming from some accounts. Because bear energy for some reason just like attracts engagement like crazy, right?
It does. Yeah.
And so I don't fault anybody for doing that. But being realistic, there's no way in my mind. I feel like I would quit crypto. No, I'd never do that. But if like this bull market like completely topped and it switched over, it just doesn't make sense to me at all. But just going over like literally 3% of the previous cycle's top. But let's take a look at BTC price action today, because there's an event today with the Fed, right? The Fed is going to be
so the FOMC meeting is at 2:00. They're either going to do. They have three options. They can raise rates. They can stay where they're at, which is 5.25, or they can drop rates. And nobody is thinking they're going to drop rates because inflation is just too high. I think we hit 3% inflation last month, year over year, which is the Fed's target is 2%. If you don't know, it's been 2% for the last 200 years. They always try to keep it below 2%. They can't. I mean, the 1 year it was 9%. So because that was just, they jacked up all the money in 2021. But yeah, the Fed is really trying to get it under 2%. They might eventually come out and say 3% is the new target, and then they can cut rates. But until they say 3% is the where they want to keep it, then they're not going to do anything with the rates.
I don't think they're going to move the needle on that. I think it's kind of an internal and external like power control thing, right? If you think about it like internally, then it's like the goal that's unreachable, right? It's like dangling the carrot in front of everybody, and it's kind of like having that control over the public too, because they know in their mind that they're not going to hit 2%, but if it gets close, then they've achieved to the public a good job, because 2% really, I mean, it's almost unattainable, right? That's kind of pretty much where that goal is. But yeah, so let's take a look at Bitcoin here. We kind of start our show with that. Always, we're not professional TAs like Chris or experts like Chris, but we do our best. I'll say that. So
yeah, is there any way you can zoom it's like so we can see the numbers that are bigger? I can't even see those numbers on the side there.
See that?
Not that, but like how you're showing this left side of the screen. If you can just kind of I think it's good enough. You're good. Yeah. You just can't see those numbers.
Let's do that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back. Shizzy, you messed me up, bro. Now
I'm sorry.
I'm in Magic Eden now. How'd you get me there? How did you get me there, man? Jeez.
Tell me when you're ready. Bro. This is what happens when you're live, guys. You're live. We're live right now, so.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Damn,
I'm over here like on Google, freaking looking up.
It's gonna trade you, god damn it. No, I'm joking. Wow. We got the legend. I'm gonna show the Hooo chart.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's show the Hooo chart.
Pull up that Hooo chart, bro. No. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We're gonna do the Hooo chart in a second.
I'm doing it.
No, I got it back. Let's go. We're gonna definitely do the Hooo chart though, Jeff. Don't worry. I promise you that. I just want to kind of talk a little bit about where Bitcoin is before because I think it's showing a similar trend. Well, this is also the hourly, so maybe it's going based off of I would say this makes sense. Okay, so you can see here that like starting from Tuesday yesterday around 2:00 Central, it started to descent again. Like we've had these two legs of down since Monday, right? But now the buy pressure is starting to come in really strong. You can see all these green candles are like super green, right? There's no light here because I think what people are probably expecting, market makers might be expecting, is that like we might have like either a rate increase or a pause, which would be like maybe not the most positive outlook for the general public. And so then there might be another dump after the FOMC meeting, right? At 2:00. But that's kind of like where we are right now. We did touch down to, I think yesterday we touched down to 61,000 something, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, we had talked if we do have that 20% retracement for March, that number would be 58,000 for Bitcoin, because that's kind of where we see it in terms of like a healthy retrace before the halving. So we're not too far from that. We're at like now it's bounced back to 64,000. But what do you think? Do you think like if we get a pause, do you see another dump, or do you think that is kind of like a positive thing?
So basically this happens every single time, every single FOMC meeting. If you go back, you could seriously play this as well, because it's the last three of them has been exactly the same. So what happens is the day before there's a dump, the 2 days before there's a dump, it leads red up until the FOMC meeting. The meeting starts, then there's no hike, nothing. Then Bitcoin just rockets up. It's happened the last two. I can see it happening again today. I think we're back at 67, 69, 69, 420 to be exact. By later this afternoon, I feel like the smart money is just waiting. Smart money doesn't do anything before big news events. They never do. They buy afterwards. They love buying dips, but when there's a big news event, like they think that the Fed could come out and raise rates or something, they do not play. But as soon as that finishes, and Powell comes out and speaks, I think that you're going to see it going. It's just going to go up, and the big money's going to come in, and we're going to see 69,000 by the end of the day. And if you do not think that, you're not bullish enough.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and some of the people that we kind of look to for some of their posts and stuff is like Bob Lucas. We
Yeah.
look for kind of Fred Krueger as well. Bob is pretty big though, and he's saying that the stock market is looking for a negative outcome, a negative response cycle wise. So yeah, Bitcoin's kind of decoupled a bit, don't you think,
Yeah.
from the stock market, the S&P and stuff like that? But
No, because the S&P's been up only as well. I mean, we're at an all-time high every single day. I mean, I think we're
yeah,
at $5,300 on the S&P 500, but the Bitcoin really goes with the Dow. The price action with that is like, it's like neck and neck with each other.
yeah, maybe it was back in November and December, like whenever the stock market there was a point where the stock market was taking a hit, and Bitcoin continued to march forward. But sometimes it does decouple, but it does come back, and we'll see if that eventually it does kind of fully decouple there. We'll see though. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are with Bitcoin. It did retrace to 61,000 yesterday, but now we've bounced back and we're at like right at 64,143, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see how the market responds to the FOMC meeting today.
100%.
All right, now let's get into your Hooo. You just get your Hooo chart.
Do it. I didn't get it up yet. I'll get it up right now. So if you don't know where to get it, guys, it's on Deck Screener. Deck Screener is the ultimate place to get your degen charts, and Hooo is the definition of degen, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, I'll share that in 30 seconds here. We need some like Jeopardy music when we're struggling to bring stuff out. Here we go. So go over here, you just type in Hooo. Don't type in the Hooo, H-O-H, because you'll get something different. Wow, dude. $20 million market cap. Well, it broke out of that triangle, man, and just never stopped. Absolutely wowzers. Look at that, dude. Look at that candle.
Well, you know what that candle's from, right?
That was from the ROFI, right? The ROFI token?
Well, no. So it's well, there's a couple things. Number one, like MBTC is now live on Merlin Swap, so
yes,
you can use your staked BTC as liquidity. One. Number two, Unicross comes out and says that you can use Hooo, I believe, in Boya as payment tokens. If you want to launch anything on BTC native layer, which is amazing. We're going to get into that later.
Yep.
And then also Merlin Swap's IDO. There was 4 tokens, dude. 4 tokens that they announced that you could use for Merlin Swap's IDO. BTC.
Yep.
Wrapped BTC.
Yep.
Boya. And Cuckoo for Hooo. as our boy Francis Dune says. But that's major. That's really big. The main innovative DEX on Merlin chain, Merlin Swap is saying that you guys can use Hooo as a payment, token, for their IDO, so I think that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. Hooo got you. There's a comment that I just seen. Hooo has so much utility now.
Well, it's kind of true. It's wild, right? Like it's the meme of BTC side chains right now, and it hasn't even broken out yet, right?
No, it hasn't.
So shout out to you guys, the cuckoos for Hoos that held on to Hooo during the hard times, because it got all the way down to I think $4 million market cap at one point.
I mean, it was down bad. But if you guys don't know who was the first people, I mean, we love Francis, we love him. But Ordinal Revolution was the first people that were talking about Hooo. They were the first guys that were talking about Hooo. Love Francis, my guy. But those two guys over there at Ordinal Revolution, man, they get everything so early.
That's true. But definitely Francis had a big part of that push. So, oh man, look, Jeff is trying to tease our topics. Jeff, we have this on our topic list today, so we're definitely getting into that, man. That's gonna be
just throwing us to a curveball. We love Jeff. Jeff,
yeah.
If you guys don't know who Jeff is, you're living under a rock. He is the godfather of Merlin. So definitely, yeah, you don't know, you know now. That's crazy. We got the man, the myth, legend in our chat box during our live events. Shout out Jeff, man.
True. Yeah, so we'll get into Roofi later because that's a huge topic. But
It
yeah,
really is.
man, I don't know. Like, we've been waiting for this like energy to like burst on the scene with Merlin because,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. It's been what? Let's see, getting involved in like early February, right? Isn't that when
Yeah.
the seal started? And then waiting that whole month seemed like 6 months, and then you wait like in March, and now it's starting to like, you know. But shout out, he said to Jeff, because he did say like the middle of March is when things will
Yeah.
get crazy. We're pretty much there, like 5 days past that, but still, hey, I'm happy. Things, MBTC being
I
released is a
know.
big deal. So
I got a full one over there in the I'm so hyped, bro. What am I gonna what am I buying today, guys? Put in the chat when I got a full MBTC. What should I be buying? Am I buying Hooo? Am I buying Voya? Put it in the chat. Tell me what I should buy.
you should
Right
buy a
there.
bunch of minerals, and then you should bridge it.
And stake them.
You should bridge them over and then stake them. Yeah, not financial advice,
I
Shizzy.
need somewhere to buy them over there on Merlin. There's no place yet. I'm sure there's something coming, but Jeff goes here has been so busy lately. I can't imagine how busy Jeff is. I mean, happy to be on space sometime. Super busy. Yeah, we'd love to have you on Saturday, Jeff. If you're not busy, bro. Every single Saturday we do have that space. So
Yep, for sure, for sure. All right, let's do a little bit of roll call. Roll
yeah, man,
call.
we need a song for this.
Yeah, I know. That was horrible, but I had to do something. But yeah,
Shout
man,
out
let's go. Go ahead.
Brian Laundry. He's number one first. Congratulations, Brian. Number one. First is first, and that will always mean everything on the show. Congratulations, Brian. Sorry, our boy, what's his name? I gotta find it real quick. Where is it? There he is. He last 2 days in a row, he had the title, but it wasn't today. He's like, damn, I'm late. He was first as first, and just not today. But tomorrow's another day to try, buddy. Like I said, we have Brian first. Good morning, Brian. We have Akala in the building. I hope I said that right. Ritish, Jocko Stewart,
Yoko.
Unthinkable. I said it wrong. Joko.
No, I don't know. I think
Unthinkable
Yokovic.
Merlin.
Yeah.
Ant-Man. Shout out Ant-Man. We got Ritish. Who else? We got Sayin. Terry Prince. Shout out Terry. Stewart. Bit Pits. TKO. What else we got? We got the same. We got the Runes. We got Jeff in the building. John the Collector. Green
Let's
Man, Stick
go.
BR, saying Stick BR. Ooh, we got some more coming in. We got Vinny. Vinny is in the
Vinny.
building. Vinny is helping us so much if you guys are in the Discord. That's one thing I gotta do. I gotta put like a good link in the Discord. Remind me to do that for the show notes because people keep yelling at me about the Discord link is expired. But shout out Vinny. He's leading our Discord for us. I walk alone again. Who else we got?
I think there's some at the last like four, the ones that you haven't announced yet.
Renee,
Yep.
Ripple, Anto. I think that's it. It. That is all for the roll call.
Nice. We appreciate y'all showing up every morning at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 8 a.m. Pacific. All right. So let's go here. Let's see. We kind of talked about this a little bit with these new use cases, but this is a separate one too. So meme season, that it's the energy's there for the memes. You can actually also stake your Voya and Hooo on the Merlin seal. So that's another use case for these two tokens. So if you do have these, you can throw them in the seal. You can earn the Merl token. So that's just on top of what we just talked about, being able to use them for Merlin Swaps IDO as well as Unicross payment tokens as well. So pretty big deal. I mean, do you think this is like really big for those two tokens, or is it kind of like, okay, you expected it?
Well, I definitely expected it, but I wasn't expecting it so soon. I kind of expected it later down the line, but it just really, I mean, Hooo and Voya have been like the only two tokens really creating volume. I mean, you've seen some value from other tokens as well, but Hooo and Voya, they have 90% of the volume on Merlin, and they're going to be the legends. And a year from now, we're going to look back and be like, those guys, that's the two OG tokens. Hooo being the first ever ERC20 on Merlin, and Voya being the first BRC20 on Merlin. So they're both going to be the two tokens that, I mean, if you're thinking of, something like on the lines of Ordi, that's Voya, right? That's Hooo. So it depends on which lane you want to be in.
That's true. That's a very good point, actually. Guys, and if you have any questions, make sure you put them in our chat because we do have a live Q&A session at the end of every one of our lives. And make sure you smash the likes and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. But yeah, so I agree with you. I think this gives Hooo like really that chance to be that first known token. Voya, obviously, they're both first in their own unique ways, right? So,
Yeah.
and I think this transitions very well into let's see if I have this here, the Merlin swap IDO, where we already
Yes.
talked where you can use uh not Hoya, but Voya. Somebody did a we're gonna have to fire we're gonna have to fire our
Is that me? Did I do
we're gonna have
that?
to fire our intern here now. But yeah, you can use Voya, Hooo, and BTC and BTC. But we already know that. Let's talk about
Yeah.
the IDO here. How big is this IDO? Because we're talking about like actually possibly like having an IDO something similar back to like Uniswap back in the day.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this?
This is monstrous, man. I think this is big. This is if you don't know, Merlin Swap is the heartbeat of Merlin right now. It is the top DApp by far. I mean, we just had a couple DApps go live recently. We had obviously Smiley. You can stake your Smiley over there now. You're getting BitJ token for locking up the discs. Mineral just opened up yesterday. You can now stake your minerals and receive the MNER token and Bitcoin rewards. And then just today, just announced, it's going to get into it later, but Mr.
Unicross.
J Unicross, they just launched today as well. So Merlin Swap was the first one. Now we have a bunch more that are dropping, and obviously the Verothium DEX and everything that comes along, and there's probably so much more behind that. Bitmap Wars, and so there's more coming, but Merlin Swap is the heartbeat, is the number one, and it will always be number one. I mean, obviously we're very bullish on the Verothium stuff, but Merlin Swap will always be number one. There's no stopping that. So
yeah, it's the first, and not just the first swap on Merlin chain, which uses like EVM technology that Polygon has developed, but like it's all geared towards like Bitcoin native assets, right? And so there's a lot of innovation with this swap. This is the first swap where you have particle network integrated in, and you're able to integrate like BTC wallet. So you have two different major user pools, right? You have the BTC side, and then you have some of the EVM side as well. But like because it's so innovative, I feel like they have the Uniswap opportunity, meaning that like they launch here on Merlin chain first. They establish and fix some of the little things that they need to iron out and all that stuff over here. Then guess what? Like there's going to be other chains. Like it's inevitable. We love Merlin chain, but there's going to be people that copy or people that do something. Say, okay, we're focused on this thing, but we're going to be a side chain for Bitcoin as well. And then guess what? Merlin Swap can kind of do what Uniswap did, and it can kind of say, oh, not monopolize. I hate that word, but say, okay, we want to have our presence over there. We want to have our presence over here. And imagine getting in the IDO for like Uniswap. You know what I mean? During that time period. So for me, I look at the not financial advice, of course, like it's in our fine print. I know, and I say there's a parrot inside of me that has to say that every time. But it's like I wish I had that opportunity then, so I feel like I kind of have a little bit of that opportunity now. And so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm very excited too. I think that it's really going to change the landscape a little bit, because now you got to remember too what that does when you have the MP tokens live. It opens up liquidity in a lot of ways, right? You're gonna have a lot of liquidity pools opening up, which is a lot more ways to earn. You're gonna have MP with BTC, MP with Voya, MP with Hooo Cat. So now potentially, holding the MP token could potentially maybe get you actually better slippage than if you're using Bitcoin, or if you're using another token, USDT or something like that. So I remember on Phantom, I would change into Spooky Swap token before I would make some changes, because the slippage was so much better using the native token, because everything was like really, really close with Spooky and the other token that I was looking for, rather than there wasn't a lot with Phantom and that token. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So okay, I see what you're saying. Liquidity provided, which
Yes.
will give you like a better rate, if you will.
And when you're doing thousands of dollars, that could be hundreds of dollars from one to the other. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. And another thing that you've brought up in some of our videos that we've done focused solely on Merlin Swap was that the percentage of airdrop that's given back to the communities, like this is pretty large, right? And I
Yeah.
think it's a theme that was started by the Merle token for Merlin Chain, because they gave a lot back in terms of percentage of the pie, right?
Yeah.
And so Merlin Swap is following up with that and saying, okay, we're going to do a 20% airdrop for users and stuff like that. So if you compare to Uniswap, I think you said that it was like 13 or 15%, right, or something like that.
15%. 15, yeah.
Yeah. So this is even larger than that. So I think
5% more.
yeah, 5% more, which is a large amount when you're looking at the total supply and distribution of the pie and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you read their docs, it really does seem like they're trying to focus on community first,
Yeah.
in terms of getting like these users the tokens in their hands, right, and the
Yeah.
wallets and stuff. So
I mean, and you got to remember too is Uniswap had a lot more users than Merlin Swap does. So let's just say they all received between $2,000 at airdrop time, right? I think that's going to be closer to like 4,000 with the Merlin swap. You know what I mean? Depending on how much you use the swap in general. Let's say you use the swap the same use case for Uniswap, and you did the same amount of transactions, same amount of liquidity stuff for Merlin swap. You're probably going to get a lot more because
yeah,
not only are you getting 5% more, which ends up being 25% more because the 15% plus is 20%, that's 25% difference there, which is so that's right there, it's 25% more. So if you got $1,000, let's say you got $4,000 in airdrops, but you potentially get 5,000 with Merlin Swap. I'm not sure how that's going to match up or how many users we actually have. So these numbers are hard to tell, but I think we're about to see a lot of liquidity enter Merlin again.
yeah. No, I agree. It's exciting times. We have like 4 more banner topics that are going to be related to Merlin today, but it's because
Merlin boys.
yeah, Merlin boys, Merlin, no, but it's more about what's going on right now. You know what I mean in this space, and there's a lot of just released liquidity starting to happen. The times are exciting. We've been waiting for this, so we cannot not talk about it. But yeah, so excited for Merlin Swap IDO. I think that's a great opportunity for me, and I will be partaking myself in that. But yeah, all right. So I do want to jump around a little bit because we have so much that we're going to talk about with the Merlin ecosystem. But
real quick, it happened again. The Twitter comments aren't coming through. If you see at the bottom of the screen there, it says can't post some comments in some directions, and hit learn more. You'll see that X has an X for posting. So if you're on Twitter, please put a comment in so we can see if it's coming up. But I think it happened again. I think the Twitter comments stopped coming in again. But
yeah, well,
I don't know why.
we can put your questions in the actual Twitter side, and what we'll do is
you can jump over there and answer them.
Yeah. So I'll grab the questions during our Q&A session at the end, our after hour. Be responsible. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, put the questions in the comments over there, and we will definitely get to your questions. But yeah. Oh, does it look like it's coming through now?
No, this is Los on YouTube videos. My man Shizzy looking crispy, man. Look 4K. I did get a new camera. If you notice, that's thank you.
Dang, man. I'm using the toaster for mine. So sorry for
toaster, bro.
So sorry for the non HD quality with my toaster camera. Now I need to upgrade too. So, but yeah. I do want to jump around a little bit here. And this is one of the things we saw. Wendy O, which is a crypto influencer, has been, for the past couple cycles here. She bought some rune stones, and she made that known. And so everybody was saying, "Okay, that's it. That's the top. That's the top," including you. What's your theory? Do you really feel like rune stones has reached their top?
I think when Wendy O gets in something, I do. I think that they have reached their top. I think Wendy is an incredible sell signal. Normally when she buys your bag, no, I mean,
dude, I thought you were gonna give her a compliment though. You're like, no, she's an incredible sell signal.
She's the absolute worst. She was telling last bull cycle. You gotta remember what she was doing, right? I'm a YouTube crazy person. I watch her stream all the time. She told people to put their money in Celsius. She told people to put their money on FTX. She told people to put their money in Blockify. These were her ads that she was running every single episode, right? And
Yeah.
for someone like her to not understand self-custody and how important that is, she will always be hated by me, no matter what. And everything she does will be considered a top signal to me, because she does. And on top of those terrible decisions that she made last cycle, on top of that, she's definitely, when she buys something, ever since that, people dump on her purposely because of what she's done to her community with Celsius and Blockify and FTX.
Yeah,
So,
but
her three biggest sponsors.
yeah, no, I see where you're coming from, man. But there was a lot of other people that were blindsided by that too, right? I mean, you had a lot of other people, so it's not just her
It wasn't her. It was BitBoy. It was Rand. It was all them as well. But you know what I mean. But they put everyone at risk, and everyone who didn't understand self custody got hurt from that. And that's not something that I it's not something I'll endorse.
But I think runestones and the ordinal space is stronger than the the wizardry of these top signals that are coming through some of these previous influencers, right? So I don't think that that's going to be the top for runestones. I think that runestones have actually built up a lot of strong momentum. To me, I feel like the 0.1 would be like top for me. Like I would say, okay, 0.1 is just like, if they get to 0.125, that's like right under $1 billion market cap. But I will say this, their goals are hefty. Like they're definitely trying to get there, with Leo 100%. And his team and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And again, I don't think we give enough shout outs to Leo. What Leo has done for the ecosystem. I mean, he pumped in billions of dollars, right? Like close to $1 billion at this point, right? New money swinging in. Whether that just be from people selling the runestones or buying the runestones, or just money, kind of like getting sent to their Taproot addresses from their cold storage. There's a lot of money swinging around right now. You can see that. You got the no monkeys flying, you got the cats flying, you got OMB doing really well. I can't say flying with them, but they were at 3.6 yesterday. Now they're at 4.3. So I mean that's 25% hop, and that is because of what Leonidas has done for the ecosystem. Shout out Leonidas and shout out the entire Or.io team.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And I saw a thread guy actually comment, say, because this is what's been kind of happening, right? There's been a lot of like pre-sales happening on the Solana chain and maybe a little bit on ETH too, to where a lot of these people that are running these pre-sales, they're saying that the liquidity got burnt by accident, and but at the end of the day, a lot of people are saying no, they took the liquidity, right? They stole it. And so what's happening is like people from Ordinals and Leo, and they're like, these pre-sellers are just really, taking your money. Airdrops is the way to go. And thread guy goes, oh, well, airdrops, they're talking about airdrops this and airdrops that. So the price can go up. And then, the guys that buy secondary later get dumped on. And in my mind, I'm like, I'd rather have a chance at playing the game versus being like just straight up, stolen from. Right, you know what I'm saying? The game was never started like in those pre-sales, you know what I mean? Like, but at least like with airdrops, like you have a chance to have these in your wallet and say, how can I strategize here? It's because you could say that about almost anything. You could be like, well, poker, Texas Hold'em's that way because like this guy's really good at manipulating and saying that he has a hand when he doesn't have anything, and he's tricked me out of like all my money. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why I think there's a huge difference between like airdrops and stuff versus like what's happening on these other chains. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head there. It's Bitcoin has been, the last couple months have been the airdrop king. I mean, we've made more money on airdrops than I probably made the entire cycle last time, right? It's pretty insane. Like I just alone on that cycle, I made over 20K. I mean, on the runestones alone, you know what I mean? So it's like, because think about it, they're what, 0.05 now. So every two is freaking $6,000. Like that is wild, you know what I mean? So
I mean, exactly. And also like the thesis or the the basis of it is like, you were here this past like 12 months, this is your reward, right? Versus it's just from an ethos standpoint, like I'm sorry, thread guy. You have 0 point in what your post was, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. It is what it is.
No,
That's what it
screw
is.
that guy.
And
Yeah.
and so people are getting rewarded. And if you were here for that long period of time, you have your own strategies, right? So it pays off to be dedicated, to be passionate, to put your mental capacity into what you are, trying to be successful at.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. Okay, so the X stuff is working. This guy's from X series. So take a deep dive in the big bit pits collection of Magic Eden if you get a chance. Small collection. And the reason I brought that up was
ooh.
small. We had a guy in the small community that used to be on the podcast way back in the day, almost a year ago at this point. And he was very big into small. And we'll definitely check out the bit pits.
Bit
Look pretty
pits.
cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up right now to get it ready for later. Pit bulls. Interesting. That's not what I
I
expected.
love pit bulls, bro.
I mean, pit bulls are cool, but I expected some type of stuff that was similar to like the small type, the small.
Gotcha.
How do you say that? Small.
Small. Small.
Small. All right, cool, man. We've been kind of rocking and rolling here already. 36 minutes, man. I swear, like when we do this, dude, it feels like we're having so much fun. It literally feels like 5 minutes went by.
Yeah, man.
All right, so Bit Smiley
Yeah.
is on testnet. Back to Merlin, guys. But Bit Smiley is on testnet. This is huge because Bit Smiley is, for the people that don't know, is a stable token that is trying to be like the main native Bitcoin stable token, and they have selected Merlin chain to do a lot of their launching, testing, and stuff like that. This is going to be really big because we talk about how this could be very comparable to MakerDAO. You have the Maker token, and then you have the DAI token, which is the stable token. The Maker token is the governance token, and the governance token is highly successful. And it's kind of like what could happen here, man. These are like opportunity. This reminds me of so much of those projects that came out of DeFi, Ethereum's DeFi birth, but happening on Bitcoin side. What's your feeling? What are you excited about with this?
Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of research. I wasn't really around for the MakerDAI launch or whatever, but everyone who got into that launch that early made it like bandits. Like that token was going for like $2-3 at the time, and then shot up to about I want to say about $5,000 at the end of the last cycle. So think about how many X's that is alone, right? And I'm not saying the Bit Smiley governance token is going to do that, but I think that it is going to be the top mover in this upcoming cycle. I am so bullish on Bit Smiley. I have 12 of their things on Magic Eden
floppy
staking,
disks,
and guys, they're going for $5 grand each. So just think about how much money that is, right? So it's hard to think about money when I have a friggin' a Lexus in my in the staking for the Smiley, right? So but I drive a Honda 13.
Hey, dude, that shows that like you're smart with the money, right? Like, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, everybody talks about crypto bros and what Lambo color you're gonna get. I'm not all about that. I'm about like, I want to be smart with my hard earned, because it is hard earned if you want to be real about it.
It's like that song.
Go ahead.
From Bruno Mars. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. And that's the only thing that goes by mind. Having a new car won't get me the billionaire status. Having a crap load of Bit Smiley potentially could.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And all that other nice and flashy stuff, everybody has their own taste and stuff, So, I mean, yeah, I think you can enjoy yourself. But yeah, getting back to Bit Smiley here.
Yeah.
Do you see them as like the MakerDAO? Is that obviously they have that opportunity right in front of them, but
the way I'm understanding it, it's a MakerDAO fork, right?
Okay.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, then then it's safe because it's already been audited 5,000 times. It's already proven. Obviously, they're going to change the back end a little bit, and maybe a lot of it. I don't know, but it's from my understanding, it's pretty close to what that is. And what the DAI token is, an over collateralized stablecoin, which means that if it just gets back to $1, then it gets
bottom, or like,
yeah,
it gets boosted back up is the goal,
bootstrap.
basically.
Yeah, exactly. So so to me, seeing that on something like Merlin, where everything's kind of just getting started, having that token that you don't need to, like, basically USDT or anything like that. It's just already in there, being it's going to be the most uh token that's used in liquidity pools as well, because I feel like everyone is so loyal to the Merlin protocols that you're not going to see as much DAI, or you're not going to see as much USDT or as much USDC. You're going to see a lot of this Smiley token, and that being locked up with these other tokens could get you, yeah, if you lock up Bitcoin and let's just say the Smiley stable coin, you're probably going to, the yield's probably going to be insane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, dude. And I mean, if you look at the liquidity pools in Merlin Swap right now, majority of them are just pooled with wrapped BTC,
yeah,
right? So you do see some IUSD and stuff like that, random, other two tokens pulled together. But yeah, I agree with you. I think, as this liquidity is starting to flow in to the chain from the M tokens and everything, and then once the Smiley token's ready, we're going to
yeah,
just see a lot more stronger, stable token liquidity pools. So I agree with
yeah,
you on
man.
that, man. Yeah. Again, we already talked about like the Merlin swap IDO opportunity. Now
Oh
there's
yeah,
a Smiley opportunity here. We'll see how they. And one thing too, I wanted to mention that would be probably different, and I know it is different because the tokenomics, we've seen some of it. That is probably different, but in terms of like the framework of MakerDAO, I think that's what's the same, right? Because like the governance token on MakerDAO, I think the max supply is 1 million, but over here I think it's going to be a bit more. I'm not sure exactly the number, but I
yeah.
wanted
Well,
to.
yeah. Like I said, that's his back end changes. That's his thing. But my main point of saying that was that the contracts are proven. It's been hacked one time, and that was in the very early days of Ethereum, and that's when Ethereum went from Ethereum Classic to what the Ethereum chain that we know today. And if something that has 4 or 5 years of of good good times, like nothing really happening. You've seen a lot of these smart contracts getting hacked. You'd never really hear to MakerDAO getting hacked, so I think that's a really smart move on their part. And that's just something that happens here, and I don't know. I'm so bullish on Bitsmark. I could be wrong though. I just there's nothing telling me that that's the way it is, but it just seems that way for me listening to everyone talk. And we talked to Jeff, and he basically said, it's something similar. So
Yeah. No, I agree, man. And speaking about hacks, which I don't like speaking about those, but you got to. There wasn't a hack or anything, but we want to make sure that our audience and user and community is safe when you're
yeah,
working on a EVM chain or anything that deals with smart contracts, right? And so
yeah,
Merlin chain does deal with smart contracts. And so, the team put out this URL. It's revoke.merlinsecurity.io. It's amazing because you want to make sure that like you don't have your wallet tied to a smart contract that is malicious, because
yeah,
you will get your liquidity drained, and
yep,
that's nobody's fault except for yours, because you got to have the self custody over your hot wallets, right? And
100%.
so I actually have this site up I want to share. So what you do is you go here. I'm already connected, so I'm going to disconnect so you can see. And like I said, revoke.merlinsecurity.io. If we could maybe put that in the show notes.
Yep, no problem.
And then what you want to do is you want to connect your wallet, and I'll connect mine. Connect BTC wallet, which is the last option, and I connected it there. Then you might get confused here, right? Because it's like, okay, what do I do next? But what you want to do is click this drop down and then click on Smart Wallet Allowance, because that is your smart wallet address that's correlated to your BTC address. You click that, and then it's going to be just like Etherscan or any of those other Polyscan, all those other ones, to where you can revoke the permissions of the project smart contract that you have interacted with, right? So it's
Yeah,
going to take a second here to load. Yeah, so you can see right here, you know, just like I said, just like Etherscan, just like all those other ones, you see, you know, and all those services. I think DBank also provided services for that, and other people. But you can see, like the token approvals. You know, there's no approvals here because I revoked them. But like the
Yep.
only one that I didn't revoke is the mineral staking, because I have that, but I can revoke it. You know, right
Yep.
here, and you just revoke it, and once you do that, it revokes the permissions, right? So it's just good to know. It's, you know, safety 101, and we will put that link in the notes for you guys, because safety first, guys. You know,
100%.
that's, we're so used to being on Bitcoin's native layer that,
Yeah.
yes, there's scammers and stuff over there, but it's more like social engineering, phishing, and stuff like that. But over here, it's smart contracts. You click on a link, you approve something, and bam, that's where the problem could start. So
Yep.
use these safety measures.
100%. And you know, it's like, I forget what the movie is. I think it's Pineapple Express, where he's like, safety first, then teamwork. Wear shoes in the house, right? So, but
Yeah.
safety first, guys. Safety first.
For sure. All right, man. All right, what do you
Running
want to
through our
get into?
banners.
Yeah, we're running through them. We're running through. We still got some good ones here, though. Like we said, it is kind of Merlin Day
Yeah.
because of all the launch stuff. But Unicross is now live. Unicross.xyz/market. Guys, this is really big, and
Huge.
yeah. So they're launching the first rune token on Merlin called. I call this.
Not
I call.
roofie.
I pronounced it Ruby on accident in the pre-show. He's like,
I was like, no.
no, it's Rufi, which obviously, you know, is a play on runes and finance, and it will be a BRC 20 1-to-1 swap for runes once the protocol is launched. So, go ahead.
So Hooo was the first ERC20. Voya was the first BRC20. Roofie is technically the first rune.
Rufi.
Rufi. Sorry. God damn it. Rufi. God. No joke. But Rufi will be the first runes token. We could see similar moves that we saw with Voya, man.
Yeah. So hear me very closely, though. So my theory, and if Jeff is out there, please comment on this, is that they are minting a BRC 20 to get kind of it established.
Yeah.
And you know, they're gonna do it just like how Voya did it. And then you'll have it available on Merlin chain, but it's going to be the runes, the first runes on Merlin. And so what that means is once the runes protocol is launched, they already going to have the Rufi ticker for that, however that is. And then you'll be able to do the 1-to-1 swap for the BRC20 for the runes token. I hope I got that right, but I mean, that's the only way it makes sense to me. But you're going to be able to trade ahead of time, you know, on Merlin chain, and that's the kind of cool part, right? You get to be able to have all these activities over here, knowing that in the end you're gonna have access, if you bridge back over to Bitcoin's layer, of a runes token that is Rufi. So what's your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's a really good opportunity. You know, obviously it's another fair launch. You have the distribution by any chance, if you can pick that up, of the token?
Yeah,
We were
let
talking
me
about
see
yeah, it's like 5% to people who have Voya and Hooo. It is 1% to the people who have the uni. What's it? The uni. I can't remember what it's called. Unicross. You know, pass. And then there's a bunch of other stuff too. Seal is getting a big portion as well. There it is.
So 25% of the Rufi airdrop is airdropped. So 25% of the supply is being airdropped to Merlin chain users. Merlin Seal 5.5%, Runestone staking 2%, Voya balance greater or equal to 5, you'll get 4.5%. Hooo balance greater or equal to 3,000, you'll get 2%. And this is like 2% spread amongst the people that hold these balances.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then Unicross Genesis, the Unicross Genesis get to split 1%. And then BTC balance greater or equal to 0.01, BTC is going to split 10%. Wow, that's a huge balance there.
It really is.
That's a huge sliver of the thing. So they want to see some users that are ready. I like it though.
So I'm a big fan of this. This is really cool.
It says snapshot will be taken on the launch day later this week. 75% is fair minted. No reservations, no whitelist, only free. Stay tuned for more updates and announcements. So
hold on. So all of that is just 25%, and then 75% is fair minting. What is? Oh, you have to use the Unicross to fair mint it.
Yep. And that's where you can use those tokens that they announced, I believe. Well, they announced it on the previous post to where you can use certain things right on their platform. Here, let me find it. Sorry. Supported payment assets. So, guys, let's say that you want to mint RuFi, you can use BTC, Wrap BTC, Hooo, Voya, the stable token IUSD, BTCS, RATS, MMSS, AINN, and so you guys have the M tokens of these, right? So this is what we've been waiting for. It's exciting.
I know. It's here, bro. It's here. Merlin boys are in full effect.
Yes, sir.
We got a comment here. Mr. Yagobi.
It's my WWE called me, man. I was like, I will only go on WWE if Shizzy can announce me as I'm coming in. And then Ernesto has to be walking beside me, one of our community members.
He has to be dancing, so oh man.
Yes, sir. All right. So this will be our last topic, and then we'll pop over
Q&A.
for some Q&A, which will be very fun. So mineral staking went live yesterday, guys. I can share my screen with it.
Yeah.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I can share mine. So it's here. Actually, let me connect my wallet really quickly. Make sure everything's good with that. But yeah. So it went live yesterday. You can actually stake everything now, I'm pretty sure, because I was able to stake some MNER tokens. So if you go here, you can kind of see this is where you stake them at. It's still saying 0%. There's no thing for that yet. The launch pad is still here. They're selling token. You have 3 days to do this. We discussed on our episode yesterday that was a really high number for each token. So something we have to talk about later as well. But then you go to the dashboard and might see if I got any earnings yet. No, I haven't really got any earnings yet. These are my old numbers. So
I think we need to wait a little bit for the mineral team to kind of maybe announce when that. I'm sure they have a timestamp. Yeah. So that was obviously there for a reason. So I'm really, really, really hoping that they started the clock on that. But you can see on that dashboard, it shows the total BTC income. And you should be able to claim these. I would imagine you'll be able to claim these on a daily basis, right? So everybody's going to have their strategy with this. If you remember from last cycle, a lot of DeFi projects had staking cheat sheets and just strategies to where, for example, you're going to get BTC income, which is 40% of the net revenue of mining from the team. And then also you'll get the MNER token. That's going to be 1% split in the first batch amongst all of the blue mineral stakers. But you could technically you could take your claim your MNER, you could sell that into you could take it and then you could just go back to staking here at the top. Are you showing mine? Or
nope, I'm not showing yours.
So you could take
here you go.
Yeah, okay. So you would take it, you could go to staking and just switch over to MNER here, and then you can decide how much you want to stake from your rewards right after you claim it. So there's going to be a cycle to where you can kind of stake your rewards.
So I have 109 sitting here staking, but look at, I did it for 360 days just because I was just kind of messing around. It shows I'm getting 1,300. It shows that I'm staking 1,300. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy because they're just showing you kind of the inflated amount based on the based on how long you're doing it. Yeah, how long you're staking for. Yeah, so I mean, so we talked about now how many different dApps that are active on Merlin chain right now. So we talked about Mineral, right? We talked about Unicross, which is live.
Yep.
Merlin Swap's been live, but
Yep.
they have the IDO event that's coming up.
Yep.
And then I saw a little post that we didn't put in the topics on yours on your Twitter about I think Blitzard or something is
Yes.
getting ready for like a release or something, right?
Let's actually show that. If you go to, let me go check my Twitter real quick. Actually, where is that? Oh, let me get this down because that's not good. Bitmap.war. What is it?
Yep.
Bitmap Wars, right?
Bitmap Wars, yep.
All right, we're good to show my screen now. Yeah, so they just launched today that Bitzard's mission is to build an autonomous world within the BTC ecosystem, while Merlin Merlin Layer 2 at the most influential BTC Layer 2 network gathers a vast number of users and developers to foster prosperity of the games within the BTC ecosystem. We believe building a game Layer 3 based on Merlin is the right choice. Wow. So this is the second one now that's building on top of Merlin, right? Which is we saw Mage.finance do it, and now we're seeing Bitmap Wars do it as well. Another Layer 3. In this game, Layer 3, Bitzard will continuously develop new games with the Blue Wand, previously issued by us and Bitmap to native asset the BTC ecosystem becoming the value assets TVL on our game Layer 3. Wow, dude. So the wand is actually going to be like pretty big within our ecosystem, like not just one game. That's pretty wild.
It's going to be across their entire ecosystem. So like if you're comparing this to like any other type of environment, what comes to your mind right off the bat?
Oh, and like gaming environment, I guess it would be like World of Warcraft type stuff, right?
Well, no, I mean crypto stuff, crypto chain,
okay,
and protocol, like that type of platform, gaming environment.
What would it
be? It's unfair because I've thought about this like right after, but like isn't it like kind of similar to like the magic and the treasure from the treasure and magic ecosystem from Arbitrum?
Yeah.
Right. So imagine how that's actually a large part. That's why Arbitrum's so successful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
On the EVM side is because they had GMX kind of with the leveraging and all that stuff was real strong. But then like this incredible like gaming community and ecosystem started building out from like the treasure ecosystem or the magic, and I don't know the exact names, but within that ecosystem, you can use the magic token or whatever it's called, right? And there's multiple different game platforms over there. I feel like this is the opportunity for Merlin Chain to have that with Bitzard. But I don't know. Do you think I'm way off with that?
No, I think you're dead on. I think you're dead on with that. I think that Merlin, I mean, Jeff even said it. He's a gamer, right? That's why they called him Merlin, because he's one of his favorite characters from the game. And I think this is right up their alley, and this is like perfect. I think Merlin could end up being, it could take Arbitrum as the gaming hub. And
or at least on this Bitcoin side, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot
true.
of there's a lot of gamers that are involved with like the bitmap thing. Also, like plays a big role. Shout out to the bitmap community. We love you guys.
Yeah,
we are
sure.
the bitmap community as well. But where my thought process is with it, you know, opportunity wise. So it's like a lot of stuff that like played out in the previous cycle that is going to build out here. You got the Maker DAO version, you got the Magic Treasure version, got the you know, the Uniswap version. All of it starting to happen like here on this chain, and it's exciting times, man. That's all I can kind of say about that.
We'll kind of go over the tokenomics for the Bitzard thing. So it's let's just say so the blue wands are going to get 10%. The M bitmaps, if you have an M bitmap staked in Merlin, you're going to get 15%. The bitmap war emissions are going to get 11%. Do you know what that means?
Bitmap war emissions. So maybe kind of like I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm just guessing. But
maybe you win.
Emissions is usually related to gas, right? Isn't that kind of? So I would imagine it would have something to do kind of like how that like treasure environment uses like the magic for their fee token or whatever, however it works.
Gotcha.
Or you can
it could be rewards.
Rewards
for playing a game as well.
There you go. That could be part of it.
Treasure for layer 3, Genesis liquidity pool that'll go on probably Merlin swap, Tester airdrop, which is 4%, and then IDO,
Yeah.
which is 10%. So, or no,
Yeah, it is 10%. It is 10%.
okay. What about the one? Like, there's I don't see it.
The
Oh, is
wand's
that
in there.
later?
Oh, maybe. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
see what I
there's a
mean?
different sliver right there. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
have to get
I
some
don't know.
clarity on that. But the 54.5% for the treasury is huge. But that's another reason why I think this is like gonna be that very similar, like I said, to that
Yeah,
whole gaming ecosystem, because you want to have like a good amount of treasury to be able
yep,
to reward these game builders, right? To come over here, give them grants, give them whatever, build your
yeah,
game over on Bitsard, and we're going to create this environment for your game to thrive if it's quality, right?
yeah,
Because if you don't have that, what's going to entice game builders to come over, right?
yeah.
So,
I agree. I agree. Damn, we almost got 400 people watching. Thank you guys. Please smash the like. Please put your comments in. We're
subscribe.
about to do Q&A. So definitely subscribe, become a member if you haven't done that already. So
All right. All right. So looks like we're in the after hours now. I don't know how much Q&A we got, but we're gonna definitely go through it.
yeah.
I'll go from the top. I'm gonna bring them up here. So put your questions in the chat. I looked in on Twitter and I didn't see any questions on there. So maybe it's
Okay.
because it's usually that live chat,
Yeah.
So that's not gonna really work well.
But it does look like the Twitter comments are coming in now. So there's a
Okay,
few.
that's good.
So yeah.
That is good. All right. So give me a second. I got it coming up here. Okay. Oh man, this was
You don't need to.
yeah. How can I create eSpirit 44? How can I create 1,000 wallets for RuFi? Yeah, there's no gaming mechanism for that to be able to game it and get more. I don't believe it's not like Voya.
Yeah.
So, but Shizzy's definitely the guy to ask that question to.
You go to MetaMask and you just add account, add account, add account, add account, add account. And so you can't add accounts no more, which is like 5,000. So I'm maxed
Yeah.
out on the one wallet. So
Someone actually asked, how do you add it? So can you talk about how you can add an account on MetaMask? There's just a plus. Isn't there like a plus
yeah,
logo or
super
something?
easy. You just go to, let me just go to it. MetaMask.
Hit the
Oh, it's not going to
wallet.
show up. It's not going to show up on my screen.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what
But
to do. So
yeah,
you bring down the MetaMask, and then you hit on account at the very middle of the top. And then at the very bottom, it'll say plus, and then it says add account or hardware wallet. You just click that. And that's it.
yeah,
It's as simple as that. So
simple and easy.
Yep. All right, this is a great question from one of our community members from Sayan 228. How can you stake Hooo on Seal? I can't connect my MetaMask on Merlin Seal website, so you should be able to, because that's the only way that you can actually stake is through MetaMask,
Yeah.
is what I was hearing. So let's see. Have you connected to the Seal through EVM?
I have not. No.
Let me see if I can. Try
It's the same way you would do USD. You would do Ether and USDT. It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, so there's another. I think there's another link for that. Saying actually, I don't think it's through the Merlin Chain IO bridging thing
Yeah.
because it is EVM. There's another link. I'm gonna. I know you on Twitter, so I'll shoot you a DM with the link after I get it from their team. But you do have to use a different link for that.
Yeah.
Question though. All right.
What's in the wallet? No, I'm joking. This is pretty funny. Yagobi's toasters working wonders over there. Are you making toast while you're on live?
Yeah, dude, I got it from Big Lots, and so I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, man, I've never seen a toaster webcam hybrid before, but I'll try it out. So my toast is almost ready.
Hands on show
right.
toast.
And it says from Anto, hey, have you guys seen the Sense art project launching on Sovereign dot art with inscribed Atlantis. Do you know anything about this?
I don't know anything about this. No.
Let me pull
Be
that
careful with
up.
this. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, guys, be careful. Let me do it.
Yagobi get hacked. No one else has. No, I'm joking. The mempool today's been off, bro. I'm waiting for something to go through, and it is just not. Mempool fees are high.
Yeah. I mean, this is interesting. Stents supply 10K, price 1 sat, and a bunch of zeros in BTC. 10,000 cents on 10,000 sats. Huh. We'll definitely check this out. It looks kind of like they're trying to like correlate like collecting pennies or something with like satoshis, but that's interesting concept there. All right. Do you want to any that you see that you want to get to here?
I think we're good.
Well, this is the last question we'll field then here, which is Stuart Griffin.
Okay.
Would you buy MNER pre-sale or Merlin swap IDO, or what percentage split between the two? I'll let you go first.
I have done both Merlin swap IDO and the MNER token. There's one that I'm holding, and there's one that I'm trying to make profit on. So I don't want to really get into that. I will do that for our members in a member video, but yes, I did. I bought both. So
final answer, yes.
Yes. One more question here. This is a question for you, Yago. Are you bullish on TRVS?
This is okay. So if here's the problem. I'm going to bring up a problem because I guess if I start off with that, I'm a little bit bullish on it, but I think that they have obstacles, and I'll tell you why. They're trying to come into the Bitcoin community, which is all about kind of self-sovereignty and stuff like that. Again, like we also staked a bunch of our native layer 1 assets on the seal. So it's a lot of contradiction happening over here. Now, I think Kareem is a great guy and a great guy behind the project. He has a passion for development. So I'm semi-bullish on them, but I want to see more people interested in it, right? So there needs to be projects that are willing to use Traverse to be able to lock up maybe their treasury funds, or they want to be transparent to their community with their treasury funds, and they can say, hey, go check out this vault. This is where we're holding everything. So I'm bullish on the team. I'm semi-bullish on the project. I just think we need more time.
And I don't really have an opinion on it. I just think that it's something that some people could use and something that I wouldn't use personally. But I don't think it's made for people like me. So who just like do Jeep projects constantly. But
all right. I hope that answered your question, BRC Queen. And then we have Crypto Noob here. Can y'all elaborate on I'm So Chris's take on Merlin being siloed from greater Ord community in regards to adoption? This is actually a good question, and I wasn't here today for this, so I'll let you start it off, but I want to kind of bring in my thoughts a little bit on the siloed part. Go first.
Yeah. So yesterday when Chris was on the show, we schooled him a little bit on Merlin. He's very busy with his project. He doesn't really have a lot of time to be on just side chain and stuff like that. So when we were going over projects, he was like, oh wow, and he was like, this is crazy that like I'm not hearing about this stuff, right? He's like, and he was basically saying that it's definitely siloed because it's not coming out on his feed at all. And he's probably not following the guys, everyone that we're following. If you had a Merlin in your name, I probably followed you. And I don't know. It's definitely not being talked about by the other guys, meaning the Trevors and the Leos and on that side of the ordinal sphere, and which is fine because that's why our show is needed. Us and Francis are the only ones that really talk about Merlin. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being the people who are so far out on the risk curve. Only the people that watch are people who are in it, right? People who actually enjoy the content are normally other people that are on the chain. This wouldn't be good content for you if you didn't understand Merlin or understand that. But there needs to be content for this stuff, because otherwise people are going to miss out on a lot of opportunities, and all the opportunities are going to go to China, because China is really involved. It's not siloed over there. It is the number one thing that everyone is talking about. But here on the West, it is being siloed because it's not in the I say mainstream, but when I say it, I mean like the
cool circle.
The cool circle,
so,
yes.
But it is, though, in my opinion, behind the scenes.
Yes.
Behind the scenes. And we actually know that because some of the people that attended ETH Denver that we would never think that, would talk good about, like Merlin Chain said that the people that are involved are going to make a ton of money, you know? And so no names, of course, we don't kiss and tell. That's not what we do here.
Yeah.
But, I think, there's a part of there's a large part of the Ordinal community that comes from stacks, right?
Yeah.
And because of that, they have heavy bags with stacks. And I can see them, not wanting to, everybody to get super excited with Merlin Chain, because then, Merlin Chain's taken a lot of the spotlight in terms of like news and stuff lately, right?
I mean, look at our show in general.
Yeah, and right now we have 366 people watching live on Twitter, and that's just going to only grow. So more and more people are going to get educated on Merlin sidechain. And like at the end of the day, look, Stacks will have its place because there's support there, but Merlin's definitely going to have its presence. And I think the biggest, if you ever like worry about it, I would say this. First of all, that you're in a high risk industry in general, so you got to be a responsible adult and realize that what you've gotten into, right? That's the number one thing. Number two, the person behind Merlin keeps knocking on this BTC native asset door.
100%.
I mean, you're talking about like when Leo was looking for monetary support for runestones, who goes and becomes one of those supporters? It was Jeff from Merlin Chain. And it's there, right there. You can see bitmap.tech. He supported it from a monetary standpoint, and he also supported it from a staking standpoint. So you can stake your runestones on the seal now. So, is there a cabal, if you will, that's siloing, the education on it? We don't care, because Ordinal Revolution's here, and we're going to definitely educate everybody on it as much as we can. So I 100%. Hope that makes you feel better about that. And great question, by the way.
Amazing question. That's all the questions we have today. I think that it was a nice Ordinal hour. We're in the after hours, so we're going to see you guys. Definitely check out ordinalrevolution.com. If you guys are going to Bitcoin Nashville, we have a 20% for that, 20% off for that. So definitely check that out. And we have some of the best articles over there. On top of that, we have a store. If you're looking for Ordinal Revolution gear, like Yagobi's shirt that he has on.
Shout out Tosio, Bitcoin Whales.
If you guys need your any crypto Ordinals gear, we have everything you need right there. Don't be going to Nashville without wearing Ordinal stuff if it's not from us. Get it from somewhere else. But definitely check out that store if you're interested. And check out our membership. If you guys are not a membership, we put out a 25-minute member video yesterday, really going over of what is going on our thoughts and what we're doing with our personal portfolios. And if you're interested in that, become a member. That link is in the show notes. And anything else? Did I miss anything, bud?
No. Just look out for our live again tomorrow and Friday. Like we said, Monday through Friday, we are here for you. So don't be weird, clean your beard, and we will see you guys on the flip side.
See you guys.
Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.